Hello everyone. How are you all, my dear students? I hope you all are fine and doing your studies well. So, my dear students, as you all know, in a previous session we have completed reading of lesson number 1, Flying South. So, today I am going to explain you lesson number 1, Flying South. Okay? So, let's begin our session with a beautiful quote, and that is, I cried, I cried when I had no shoes. I cried when I had no shoes. But I stopped crying when I saw a man without legs. But I stopped crying when I saw a man without legs. Life is full of blessings. Life is full of blessings. Sometimes we don't value it. Right? So let's see. Lesson number 1, Flying South. Flying South. So now it begins from here. First I'll read and then I'll explain you. Okay? Two children, two children spot an injured goose that was separated from his friends. Find out how the children and their mother helped the goose reunite with his friends. Two children spot an injured goose that was separated from his friends. Find out how the children and their mother helped the goose reunite with his friends. Means here, two children, you can see here in the picture, two children spot an injured goose. Here you can see, injured means wounded. Injured means wounded. That was separated. Separated means be apart. Separated means be apart. An injured goose, wounded goose, which was be apart from his friends. Now, find out how the children and their mother helped the goose reunite with his friends. Reunite means to meet again. Here, this is the story about an injured goose, a wounded goose. Goose is the name of a bird which was apart from his friend. So now these two children help this goose, this bird, to meet with his friends again, and in that mission, their mother helps them a lot. Now let's see how they help the goose. Okay, let's see. It was freezing. Jim and Molly went out excitedly to see the ice on the lake. At once, Jim saw something white on the ice. It was freezing. Jim and Molly went out excitedly to see the ice on the lake. At once, Jim saw something white on the ice. It was freezing, means there was much cold, and Jim and Molly went out excitedly. Excitedly means eagerly. They went out eagerly to see the ice on the lake. Means now here you can understand that it was much cold. How much cold? That lake was frozen. Everything was freezing now. At once, Jim saw something white on the ice. Here you can see this is the ice. And something white on the ice. What was that? Let's see. This is the Jim in a yellow coat, and this is the Molly in a pink coat. Now, what Jim is saying? Jim is saying that, Molly, look below that rock, a wild goose. Molly, look below that rock, a wild goose. Now, Jim is pointing out towards the goose. Here you can see where my mouse pointer is. Right? Jim is pointing out towards the goose and telling to the Molly that there is a wild goose. Now, what Molly is saying? Molly is saying that he is not dead, is he? I hope he is not. Is he dead? Molly is asking now. Now, let's see picture number 2. Here it is, picture number 2. What Jim is saying? No, he is not dead. No, he is not dead. He is hurt and he is freezing out here. No, he is not dead. He is hurt and he is freezing out here. He needs help. Let's take him inside. He needs help. Let's take him inside. Now, here Jim is saying that, no, the goose is not dead. The goose is not dead. He is hurt, means he is injured and he is freezing out here. And the goose is freezing out here, means the goose is feeling much cold. Then he needs help. So let's take him inside. So they are taking the goose inside the house. So here you can see in picture number 3, when they went inside, father looked at the goose. When they went inside, father looked at the goose. Now here you can see, father looked at the goose here. Right? Now let's see what father is saying. Father is saying that this is a snow goose. This is a snow goose. He was probably flying south for the winter with the other geese. He was probably flying south for the winter with the other geese. His wing is injured and he needs food. Father is saying to Jim and Molly that this is a snow goose and he was probably flying south for the winter with the other geese. Now here, goose is a singular form. When only one bird is there, when only one goose is there, we will use goose. And geese is the plural form. Geese is the plural form. When more than one goose are there, we will use geese. Goose singular, geese plural. Okay? His wing is injured and he needs food. Now, let's see the next one. Number 4. What's there in picture number 4? Molly and Jim put water and some corn for the goose. Molly and Jim put water and some corn for the goose. Now, so Molly and Jim put water and some corn for the goose. After a while, the goose ate some corn. In a few days, he was eating all that they gave him. Molly and Jim put water and some corn for the goose. After a while, the goose ate some corn. In a few days, he was eating all that they gave him. So, after a while, means after some time, Molly and Jim put some water and corn. Here you can see, put some water and corn for the goose, and in a few days, he was eating all that they gave him. Means now goose was ready, he was healthy, and he was eating each and everything, whatever they were giving him. Okay, so now mother, here she is. Mother is telling to the Jim, let's see what she is telling. Mother is saying that, just what do you think you will do with the goose? Just what do you think you will do with the goose? Now, mother is asking to the Jim that what do you think? What are you going to do with this goose? Now, here I think we will let him fly south when his wing heals. Jim is replying, I think we will let him fly south when his wing heals. Jim is replying to his mother that still his wings are not heels. Heels means repair. Here, heels means repair. So, we will let him fly south after his wings heals. Okay, so let's see what happens in the next picture. Here, picture number 5. Now, mother is saying to the Molly, his wing won't heal this winter. After winter, he could fly with other geese. I don't know what he would do after being here all winter. What mother is saying? Mother is saying that his wing won't heal this winter. After winter, he could fly with the other geese. I don't know what he would do after being here all winter. Now, mother is saying that I don't think his wings are going to repair this winter. It will take much time. So, what he will do till here? What Molly is saying? Molly is saying that then let's keep him with us forever. Let's keep him with us forever. Can't we keep the goose with us forever? Now, let's see in picture number 6. We shouldn't keep birds as pets. Mother is saying, we shouldn't keep birds as pets. We can't keep birds as pets. Why? Now, you all tell me, why we shouldn't keep birds as pets? Molly is saying to her mother that, Mom, can't we keep this goose with us? Mom is denying, means mom is saying no, we can't keep birds as pets. But why? Can you tell me? Yes, you are right. We can't keep birds as pets because they are also having a right to fly free. Right? They are also having a right to fly free, to live a happy life. Now think one thing, that you are a very good boy or a very good girl, and not anyone else but your parents or your mother or your elders are like treating like you as a bird, that you are a very nice, then you have to live in this one room only, You are not allowed to go outside. I will give you food, I'll give you some games to play, but you are not allowed to go outside. You are not allowed to meet with your friends. You are not allowed to meet with your cousins. You are not allowed to meet with anyone, even not with your parents. How will you feel? Of course, you won't feel good, right? You will not feel good like this. Then, how birds and animals will feel like that? So, that's why we should not keep them as a pets. Okay? How do we ensure that the goose will be safe once he is set free? They both are having a right question. Ensure means make sure. Then how will be sure that this goose will be free? If we will not keep this goose as pet, then others will not also keep him as pets. They will also let him fly. Now let's see what happens in the next picture. Here it is, picture number 7. Later in the day, Molly found a picture of an aeroplane. Later in the day, Molly found a picture of an aeroplane. Under the picture was written, "Fly south for the winter." Under the picture, it was written, "Fly south for the winter." That's what our goose wants to do. I see him beat his great wings. That's what our goose wants to do. I see him beat his great wings. Now, here you can see Molly is reading a newspaper. So, in a newspaper, she saw an advertisement, "Fly south for the winter." Molly is saying that now that's what our goose wants to do. That's what our goose wants to do. So, now let's see what she is doing the next. Molly ran to her mother. Here you can see. Molly ran to her mother. Mother, could a plane take our goose south for the winter? Could a plane take our goose south for the winter? Let's see what mother is saying. Oh yes. Oh yes. If the goose were in a crate. But a crate would be very costly. Oh yes, if the goose were in a crate. But a crate would be very costly. It would be very costly. Now, can we find out how much it would cost? Can we find out how much it would cost? What's the price of the crate? Let's see what mother is saying. Mother is saying that we are too far away from the airport. Means we are living too far from the airport. I guess you can write to an airline. Jim will help you. I guess you can write to an airline. Jim will help you. You should write to the airline, and in that Jim will help you. Okay? Now, let's see what happens in the next picture. That is picture number 10. Picture number 10. So, Jim and Molly wrote a letter. Jim and Molly wrote a letter. After a few days, a man came to see them. After a few days, a man came to see them. He was carrying a box in his hands. He was carrying a box in his hands. Now let's see what he is saying. Here it is. I am a ranger. I am a ranger. Did Jim and Molly write to the airline? Did Jim and Molly write to the airline? Ranger means here a keeper of a forest. Ranger means here a keeper of a forest. So, what Ranger is saying? Ranger is saying that I have a box for them. I have a box for them. That's us. That's us. Both are replying together. That's us. Now, let's see what happens in the next picture. That is picture number 11. Picture number 11. The airline wants to fly your goose south for free. The airline wants to fly your goose south for free. Since you saved the wild goose, the airline wants you to have this box for free too. Since you saved the wild goose, the airline wants you to have this box for free too. This is such a good news. This is such a good news. Now, let's see. Let's understand. The airline wants to fly your goose south for free. Why? The airline is not going to take any tickets of goose from you. Why airline is sending the goose for free? Let's see. Since you saved the wild goose, the airline wants you to have this box for free too. What mother said to the Molly? First, mother said to the Molly that the crate would be very costly. Means you have to pay much to bind a crate. But now Ranger is happy because they saved the wild goose. That's why airline is giving a free ticket to the goose, and this crate is also free for them. Right? So let's see here. That's such a good news for them. Now, the ranger put a band around the leg of the goose. The ranger put a band around the leg of the goose. Then he put the goose inside the box and made sure that the goose was comfortable. The ranger put a band around the leg of the goose. Then he put the goose inside the box and made sure that the goose was comfortable. Then he made sure that the goose was comfortable. Okay, now let's see here the next one. The other geese in the flock will take him in. Molly is having a question that will the other geese be mean to him because he couldn't fly south with them? B. The other geese be mean to him because he couldn't fly south with them? What Ranger is replying that the other geese in the flock will take him in. Flock means a group of bird. A group of bird is called flock. So, Ranger is saying that I have put a band around on his leg So we will know if we ever see him again. Means if any other bird will not take him, will not take him in the group or in the flock, we will recognize this goose easily. Right? So let's see what happens in the next and last picture. So maybe he will remember us. Maybe he will remember us. We will surely remember him. Maybe he will fly back here. We will watch for him. We will wait for him. Okay? So, my dear students, this is the end of the lesson. So, now let me tell you the short story of this lesson. What is the moral of this lesson? Now, any one of you can tell me what is the moral of this lesson? Yes? The moral of the story is that if you find any injured bird or animal, if you find any injured bird or animal, you should help them. Right? We should help injured bird and injured animal. And what is the short story of this lesson is that Jim and Molly both find an injured goose and how they helped them. To save that injured goose, their mother helped them a lot. Right? So, I hope you all enjoyed today's session. Regarding today's session, if you are having any doubts, feel free to ask me. Okay? And do reading with me so that you can understand each and everything easily. If you don't understand anything, feel free to ask me and write down each and everything, whatever I am telling you. Okay? So, we will meet in the next session with the Fairbook notes of lesson number 1. Till then, take care of yourself. Bye bye.